Now, some of you were asking, how did I perform the lip sync or the mouth move for Frodo?
But this is terrible.
Wait, let me make sure I'm on clicking on his layer. Now it's going to show up.
He desires it. But this is terrible. Far worse than all your hints and warnings.
Just basically, matched it up to the dialogue, the lip syncs, and just created them. Where do I have my lip sync chart? I've got like a chart for the lips, just to trace around and create. I use this here, the profile view, just to get a basic idea of your phonemes, your A's, E's, your I's, of course, consonants, vowels, all that stuff, T's, TH's. Now I basically started. I had the neutral head for Frodo the whole time. My head always had an open mouth. See if I can find that. Actually, I have a couple of neutral ones, but this is basically the main one. And I just created it so I could just kind of animate the mouth in various positions, open and close here. You can see the basic animation. He's closing his mouth there. But to create the all the phonemes, what I could have done is just it was a little it was a little tricky. First thing I did is create a switch layer. So I just went in there, create a switch layer, and I figured I'm going to end up switching all the different mouths for the dialogue. So for the first open mouth movement, I think it's the ah. But of course he's going, but it's kind of hard to show a B at that point because the B is basically a closed mouth, at least from the profile view. So I started with the but but t, with the tongue, created the tongue, of course, and the little mouth parts, which would be like the cheek and the teeth. Now, I'm probably asking, what did I do? Did I cut this out? Did I make a mask? Did I mask this and then animate the lips along with it? Well, I did kind of animate the lips along with this, with each letter. But in this case, I found probably the easiest thing to do was just to create multiple heads. So I just copy the heads, the neutral heads, and for each mouth, then I would animate and create that for, of course, the R's, the F. So yeah, I kind of just did a copy and paste. I think I probably duplicated. It's probably the safest way just to duplicate the layer and just rename it whatever it's going to be, whatever letter it's going to be. That was the easiest way. And so each would, copy and paste or duplicate over the head that's needed, so it would not be out of place. It wouldn't shift in any way. So this really was the easiest way. And then animate as needed. Copy if something else needed to be, something was missing. Maybe I would put in a different tongue, something that would be a little bit easier. Or this, which is a little bit more drastic, I guess, from some of the others. And then each time you have your mouth move, or where you need to change your mouth for that particular word, you just click on that. In that particular spot, you click on here. It'd be helpful to bring the dialogue back up, like here. But here's where the T comes in, or the TH is in this case. You go here, okay, click on it, click on that layer, go here, and then click on this. And it won't have already been check marked, but when you go here, it check marks and then it lays in the, not a keyframe, but whatever change in the switch layer right here. That's, of course, that's the in for that particular switch layer, and then that's the out for the T here goes to the E, which is only one frame. Of course, what is this here? Luckily, it kind of names what each is. There's an S, and then so on and so forth. Just match the dialogue. Now, to make it a little bit more natural, I animated a little bit of some of the keyframes for these, so you kind of would get a not a warp effect. You'd get a kind of a morphing effect for the lips, so it wouldn't be so drastic. This one right here probably is a little drastic. Some of these kind of pop. It looks better. Some of them look better to pop, but like this, I needed to kind of give it a little bit more ease. And then animate that out, and then there you have it. Trying to think if there's anything else, because there is a way to be able to see your words. There's a box here that pops up. Oh, it's not audio recording. Yeah, that was, you hit, you go up here and then just click on switch section, and it shows you the actual mouths that are changing. All right, let's go back to turning this off. You can see right here, this is just showing the head. Let me see, neutral close, and it just shows you the different selections in the different mouths. Although I wonder why this isn't a little bit more. Yeah, there we go, there we go. Just hit center preview. It kind of looks like a baby's head there. And that's what's going on. It's a good visual aid to show you. There's where your TH, your S. I don't know if, I'm assuming this is just a preview, and you I guess you can't theoretically change anything from here. It's just showing you what's going on, which, like I said, is a lot more helpful. Like, I don't know if you do this, will it? Okay, I just learned something new right here. You can actually change it right here instead of changing it in the switch layer here. You can actually change it right here because it just put in an F there. Or let's say you just happen to want to do an A there, and then switch at this point, a TH, and it makes those corrections or those changes right there. So this is a very handy box. I actually wish I had used this earlier, because I just found out about this myself. So see, I'm learning something new along with doing this whole entire project. Now, let me undo everything. I don't want those changes. Alrighty.